It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. Critical to extremely critical fire weather conditions are forecast for coastal Southern California due to moderate to locally heavy Santa Ana winds. Particularly dangerous situation, red flag warnings have been issued. Now across the Great Lakes, heavy lake effect snow is expected downwinds of Lake Erie and Ontario. That should last until tonight. Close at home, fair and dry, chilly and below normal temperatures are going to continue through tomorrow, then warming to seasonal averages by Thursday. A pair of Pacific storms pass Friday and Saturday. Both days we're going to see some increased winds. Windy Friday afternoon, breezy on Saturday. Warmer Friday, then trending a little bit cooler come the weekend. Both days have slim chances for light and isolated lowland rain and mountain snow. The first of several surges of colder air arrives late Sunday, and that's going to significantly cool the region for the next week. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. A first-degree murder charge has been filed against an Otero County deputy, Jacob Diaz Austin, after 17-year-old Elijah Hadley was shot and killed along Highway 70 in June 2024. Let's do a brief recap. A welfare check was requested. Deputy Diaz Austin locates Hadley. Hadley walks towards the deputy. Deputy says stop. Hadley does not do so. Hadley has one hand under a jacket or shirt. Deputy tells Hadley to show his hands. Hadley complies. When the deputy sees what appears to be a gun, he fires 4 shots while simultaneously the gun in Hadley's hand was being dropped to the ground. But that's when things change, because the deputy saw Hadley moving.
Don't go to that gun! 42 bases, shots fired, shots fired!
In my opinion, the second round of shooting is the actual crime. Several members of law enforcement around the state seem to agree, like Bernalillo County Sheriff Darren White, who told KOAT that protocols were not being followed.
What is concerning to me watching this video, that young man is alive after the initial 3 rounds are fired because he's talking. He's talking to the deputy. Had he secured that weapon, got emergency services there while he's still alive, he may have survived. The officer should have secured that weapon.
The million-dollar question, were the deputy's actions justified?
Yeah, the initial confrontation, the young man is clearly trying to discard the weapon, which is an airsoft. But the officer doesn't know that. It looks just like a handgun. But that second shooting should have never happened because the deputy should have immediately called for rescue, and he should have secured that weapon. And how long did it take in between the young man discarding the gun and the shots being fired? That is what the district attorney will have to determine, whether the officer perceived that his life was in danger.
Hadley was shot 19 times during the response, and the deputy did not administer first aid. Horrendous and inexcusable. But first-degree murder? Let's talk about that. The charges were filed by the Bernalillo County District Attorney's Office, who will help prosecute the case. The 12th Judicial District requested Bernalillo County to investigate if charges were warranted. Bernalillo County District Attorney Sam Bregman is going to assist Chief Deputy District Attorney Natalie Lyon with prosecuting. But, again, murder one? There's a problem with that. Now, I'm no lawyer. I'm just some loudmouth behind the microphone. But when I read the New Mexico law, let me be straight. I don't see first-degree murder here. I'm not saying the deputy is without sin. Not at all. Charges are absolutely warranted here. I just don't see first-degree murder. Let me read this to you. Murder in the first degree is killing of one human being by another without lawful jurisdiction or excuse by any of the means with which death may be caused. Be any kind of willful, deliberate, and premeditated killing. Premeditated is the operative word here. In the commission or attempt to commit any felony, I don't see this one applying at all. Or number 3, by any act greatly dangerous to the lives of others, indicating a depraved mind, regardless of human life. Now, some may argue this, but let's be honest, that third one in this case is rather subjective. Hadley was found to have tossed an airsoft pistol to the side before he was fatally shot. Now, I'm going to try to reach out and contact Sheriff Black later today. I don't know that he's going to take my call, or I don't know that he's going to be legally permitted to speak on the subject, but I am going to try. This is a very heavy topic, So let's take a 15-second timeout, regroup, and we'll be right back with some more news.
You let him try violin because you love him. And if you love him that much, love him enough to make sure he's buckled up and in the back seat. Find out more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Kitty City needs your help to earn $10,000, and it doesn't have to cost you a cent.
One of our special needs kiddies, Lenny Lou, was selected for March of the 2025 National Cat Calendar. This qualifies Kitty City to win $10,000 as the rescue that had Lenny Lou. The winner will be determined by the number of votes received for Lenny Lou by Thursday at 6 p.m. Here's how you can help. Go to Facebook to Kitty City NM. That's Kitty City NM. Click on the Vote for Lenny Lou link and cast your vote and then share the post.
Kathy Denton there. You can vote once per 24 hours, and the voting cutoff is Thursday at 6 p.m.
Go to Facebook to Kitty City NM. That's Kitty City NM. Click on the Vote for Lenny Lou link and cast your vote and then share the post.
Please do so. Every month we hear from Ned Klein of the Kiwanis Club to recognize the most improved students of the month for Alamogordo Middle Schools.
The first one, Howman Middle School. The sixth grader was Charlotte Kellum, and the seventh grader was Irina Carmai, and the eighth grader was Kamira Chapman. The sixth grader chosen by Chaparral Middle School was Jose Galindo. The seventh grader is Caden Steinauer. Mountain View Middle School, the sixth grader is David Lee, and the seventh grader is Raquel Davis, and the eighth grader is Mariah Monreal.
Congratulations to all. Well, today is Tuesday. It's time for an introspection with Pastor Johnny Walker.
Hey, this is Pastor Johnny Walker with this week's introspection. Just something to think about, a little sunshine to put in your pockets. Where is the love? In a world consumed by hate and division, where lies and conspiracy thrive, it is easy to become desensitized to the suffering of our neighbors. Compassion and empathy have been overshadowed by fear and animosity, becoming viewed as weaknesses instead of strengths. But we cannot continue down this destructive path. We must make a conscious effort to break down these walls of hostility and rebuild the bridges of love and understanding. It starts with simple acts of kindness, with taking the time to listen to one another's perspective and needs. It starts with reaching out a helping hand to those in need, regardless of differences. Hate may tear us apart, but love has the power to unite us. We must choose love over hate, compassion over indifference. Let us work together to create a brighter future for all, where empathy and understanding reign supreme. It is up to us to make a difference, to build a better tomorrow for ourselves and for generations to come. Let love be our guiding light in a world that so desperately needs it. This is Pastor Walker with Crazy Radio. We'll see you again next Tuesday. Be blessed.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Local sports, local events, and local happenings and more. Nonprofit owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
A person from Milan is now wanted after police said the suspect posted online threats targeting officers and their children. An arrest warrant has been issued for Christian Salazar, who said officers with the Grants Police Department reset Salazar's phone while Salazar was at the Cibola General Hospital Friday night. He claims they lost important pictures. Salazar posted on Facebook several times on Saturday about getting back at them, including threatening to shoot their children. The police department said no officers have interacted with Salazar. While searching his home, they found a list with 4 officers' names on it. Republicans are facing another uphill battle with their agenda heading into a new legislative session. But with 60 days of lawmaking beginning next week, GOP lawmakers such as House Minority Whip Alan Martinez are hopeful that some of their priorities can earn some Democratic support.
I think that all of us realize that these are issues that we need to deal with. And we're ready to work with whoever is willing to jump on board with us, look at the solutions that we've put forward for the past few years, and get this over the finish line up to the governor's office.
That's the attitude Republicans say they're going to bring to the Roundhouse next week for the new 60-day session. The GOP's plan is to prioritize the economy, education, public safety, and health care. They're also pushing for more choice in education. Now, when it comes to CYFD, Republican lawmakers say they want an outside entity policing the agency. Now, the Democrats outlined their top priorities last week, putting public safety, economic, and education bills at the top, along with reforming the New Mexico Children, Youth, and Families Department. The session begins a week from today on Tuesday. A Republican state lawmaker announced on Saturday that he's resigning from the New Mexico House of Representatives due to health issues. New Mexico House Republicans announced the departure of State Representative Jared Hembry, who represents Chaves County, due to unforeseen health-related circumstances that require immediate attention. After stepping down due to allegations of improper spending, the president of Western New Mexico University says there is no need for a judge to stop him from spending his nearly $2 million severance payout. The hearing yesterday came after the New Mexico Attorney General requested a temporary restraining order until legal issues are resolved, preventing the WNMU president from spending the money. Joseph Shepard resigned last month following an investigation into his spending on travel and furniture for his residence. The Regents guaranteed him a severance of $2 million, which has already been paid out. Regents also gave him a new contract as a full-time faculty professor with WNMU's business school. The Attorney General announced an investigation into the Regents' actions and whether they violated their duty to the university by negotiating that deal. Attorney General Raul Torres told KRQE that he wants to keep Shepard from accessing the payout funds until it's been determined whether it rightfully belongs to him.
There's simply too many outstanding questions about how this deal was negotiated, who was involved, and frankly, how that decision was made.
Shepard's attorney responded to the Attorney General yesterday, stating the court has no right to deprive Shepard of money that's legally in his possession, and that the state offered no evidence Shepard wouldn't be able to return the money if necessary. The judge ruled there's not enough information to justify blocking the president from using the funds, but left the option open if the state presents further evidence. Shepard's last day as president of WNMU is today. Sports and weather are coming up next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 47 games for New Mexico girls basketball today. That includes Alamo Navajo at Carrizozo, Hondo at Lake Arthur, Gateway Christian at Cloudcroft, Capitan at Magdalena, Chaparral at Artesia, Socorro at Ruidoso, Tularosa heads to Santa Rosa. Ow! Go, Lady Cats! And 44 games for New Mexico varsity basketball today, including Alamo Navajo at Carrizozo, Hondo at Lake Arthur, Capitan at Magdalena, Gateway Christian at Cloudcroft, Ruidoso heads to Hatch, and Tularosa at Estancia. Wow! Go Wildcats! Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies, mostly clear tonight, sunny tomorrow. Your high today in the basin 50, low tonight of 24, high tomorrow 51 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny skies today, mostly clear tonight, sunny tomorrow. Your high today in Cloudcroft 34, wind chill's going to make it feel like it's 5, low tonight of 14, wind chill's going to make it feel like it's 6, high tomorrow 37, wind chill's going to make it feel like it's 8 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KLH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. And that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.